here. There we go. Getting things ready on YouTube. Checking to see how things are going here. Check, check. I think we are live. Let me refresh my YouTube page. Okay, we are definitely live here. I'm just going to get TikTok going. Give me 1 second to get TikTok going. Templates, TikTok. New direction. Okay, here we go. Go live in 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome everybody. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitter or TikTok. Oh, I forgot to add my picture. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to do that a little later. Gotta figure out how to green screen this thing. All right, so welcome. It's been a while. It's been a cool minute since the last time I've done a live stream. I wanted to announce that we are doing things a little bit different. Gone are the cybersecurity videos, and we are strictly only on Jira. So we are going to be jumping into community questions today. I am watching here for people watching, and things are looking good. So let's jump into the Jira here, and I'm gonna go this view. Let me adjust my monitor so I have the right window open. All right, we are looking good here. And let's jump into the community questions. We're going to, super simple tonight. We're just gonna spend an hour. I got about, I don't know, 14 different questions from Jira. We're gonna be answering them here. And so if you are on TikTok and you want to follow along, I am live on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming my screen on there. And so it's at ApeTechDA. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been busy. I decided to start. The business is good. I've been freelancing a lot. I've been doing that. I've had so many changes over the last few months. Seems like years now, but it's just been a few months. And so I made a huge pivot. I used to kind of try to focus on cybersecurity, focusing on Jira, which is a agile project management tool. So yeah, so very excited. And I'm on YouTube. ApeTech Tech Tutorials is the channel name if you want to go jump on there. I'm going to be live streaming and kind of just showing people a little bit into just answering questions from the community. I am basically here on TikTok going to be changing everything up. I got a ton of videos and a ton of stuff coming down the pike here. It's been a very long time since I last did one of these, and it's been a very long time since I published a TikTok video, but I've just been hyper focused on growing a community and a channel around Atlassian, specifically Jira and some of these other tools. So if you want to follow along, recommend you go check out ApeTech Tech Tutorials on YouTube. I am live streaming on there right now. I was going to have like a little banner thing, but I totally forgot to green screen that thing. But yeah, so here we are. We got this far. It's kind of last minute. It's one of these things where I just got to go do. Otherwise, if I sit on it for too long, it's just not going to work out too well. So anyways, actually, you know what? Let me promote this real quick. I need to go promote that I'm live streaming. Recommend you go check out feeds here. So let me just go on my Facebook. And I think that's probably it, just Facebook. I've already promoted on Twitter. So live streaming comes together. Come hang out. Boom. Okay. That was not a good picture of what came out, but oh well. All right, so here we are. We're going to be answering the very first question here we got. Is it possible to use automation for certain issue types being created only? So the question is, I am trying to set up an automation rule, but am looking for it to only notify me when a certain issue type is created, not when anything is recreated. Yes. So if field type equals blank, block the automation. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna show in Jira. I don't see the live stream. Let me see. How do I add this? If you go on YouTube, you should be able to type in ApeTech Tech Tutorials, and there should be a live stream on there. I just posted it up on like Twitter and a couple of other sites, so it should be there. Can you do the gritty dance? No, I don't know how to do the gritty dance. I'm not 100% sure what the gritty dance even is. Encourage your viewers to share. Okay, more likes can be. Okay. Yep, no, I definitely see it on there. So people are tuning in on both TikTok and on YouTube. What's up, man? Been a minute. Want to say hi. Hi, yeah, it's been... I like that people from such a long time ago, they're all coming in. It's been a very, very long time. I used to do this a lot. I just got so busy with growing my business that I just kind of neglected TikTok a little bit. But I'm back, and I definitely have a plan now. It's been taking me a while to get to this plan. And so now that I got something going on, I'm excited for this pivot, and I'm excited to kind of share this with everybody. So I'm hoping to basically, I wouldn't say rebuild my community, but I'm definitely looking forward to starting with a new path. And so if you use Jira at work, then you're probably going to be really interested in what I'm doing here, because this is the tool that I've decided to focus on, and it's the tool that I'm going to be essentially using to help my community out. So what do I think about Ukraine? Well, like everybody else, I'm a little biased. I come from the defense world, and so war is not ever a good thing, but I built these products. I built these defense products. And so I think it's a good opportunity to see if our F-22s and F-35s are any good. Obviously, we probably aren't going to use it, and it sucks what's happening. But again, war is a terrible thing. I just don't know why anybody would want to pick with the U.S. All right, so in here, we're going to be talking about... oops, I am totally on the wrong one. So we're talking about, is it possible to use automation for a certain issue type to be created only? And so I'm trying to understand this question now, because the title is different than the actual text. How in the world did I shoot up to 44 followers? Hi, everyone. Everybody joining in. My name's Alex. I used to do cybersecurity videos, which is probably why you're following me. One of the things that I'm going to be changing up quite a bit here is I'm changing focus. I'm pivoting, and it's going to be a really, really big pivot here. But I am going to be creating content exclusively for the Atlassian community. So if you do Agile at work, or if you're doing Jira or Confluence, or if you're a developer, then this is kind of the channel where you're going to want to be following, because over the last, 3 months, I've been building out a YouTube channel for serving the Atlassian community, specifically with respect to Jira. And so I've been building that. I got about 23 videos out there right now, and these videos are growing. I got another 130 more to go. How can you learn Jira? Well, the best way is for you to subscribe to my channel at ApeTech Tech Tutorials. Jira is a tool. It's a really cool tool. It's used by a lot of companies. It's really good for like Agile project management. So if you work in anything tech related, you probably might have heard of Jira already. I have worked over the last, 9 months. I've probably worked with like 50 different companies, all of them using Jiras in different capacities. And so it's an exciting tool. There's a lot of content out there. But I'm an expert. I've been using this tool for the last 5 years, and I really, really do think I found my niche. I found something that I'm really good at, and I'm excited for the kind of content that I'm going to be creating here. It's not going to be as entertaining as before. It's going to be definitely a lot more knowledge-based, but I'm hoping that people are going to appreciate it and still learn from it, especially since it's such a common tool. out in the industry. So if anything, maybe you've never heard of Jira and it's going to be the first time you're exposed to it. But I guarantee you that at some point in your career, you may definitely run into it. And so I definitely think it's worth looking into. So right now I'm live on YouTube. So I'm actually sharing my screen on YouTube. So if you wanted to jump on over there at Tech Tutorials, you can see that I'm live over there right now. And I'm trying to answer community questions. And so one of the first questions, so Atlassian is the makers of this tool, and they have a place where people just all over the world ask questions. And since I'm an expert in this tool, I like to go in here from time to time and essentially just try to answer questions. And so right now I have a question of, is it possible to use an automation for certain issue types being created only? And I don't really 100% understand the question, mainly because I'm not 100% sure what they're asking, right? So the description here is, I'm trying to set up an automation rule, but I'm looking for it to only notify me when a certain issue type is created. And so this is really easy. So I'm going to come over to, now that I understand the question, I'm going to come over to my automation rules. I'm going to go to system and I'm going to come to automations and I'm going to create a rule. And his rule is really simple. All this particular user wants is it possible to create an automation? Basically, he wants to be notified if and only if the issue that's created is of a specific type. And so I don't know the type. He didn't mention the type. So I'm just going to basically create ones here. So I'm going to click on create rule. And my trigger, and I'm going to back this up just a little bit. So the trigger is whenever an issue is created. That way, this rule is going to run every single time that somebody creates an issue. YouTube is delayed, so just watching here and watching video there. Thank you. Appreciate the support, maybe. So the issue is going to be created. And if you don't know what issue is, right? So if you're kind of tuning in and you're just following me because I've been doing this for almost a year now, feel free to watch all those videos. I am going to have content. I'm planning on starting basically at square zero, right? So I'm going to be introducing the TikTok community to Jira. I'm going to be folding in a lot of my content that I've already created, where I basically do the one-on-one style videos. And so that's going to be coming here very soon to TikTok. I finally figured out a format. I finally figured out how to take all that stuff that I have and basically pipe it in through here using this vertical format. Because as you know, YouTube is horizontal here, and the vertical format doesn't always allow for the best translation here with respect from translating from YouTube to TikTok. So that's been quite a challenge. So now that I figured all that out, I expect a ton of content coming out. Specifically since I have over 23 videos on YouTube right now. So a lot of that content is going to be being fed into my TikTok community here. So anyways, coming back to Jira here. So I got a rule. The objective here is whenever an issue is created, if the issue is a specific type, I then want to send a notification. So here I am in a new rule. My trigger is going to be when an issue is created. No modifications here, just left it as is. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a component, and this component is going to be a condition. So my condition is going to be an if-else block. And what this does is it allows me to get creative. So if I wanted to do if this, then else that. But in this particular case, I'm just going to leave it with the if. And so I'm going to add that condition of the if. So I'm checking if, and then I'm looking for the field condition. And so under fields, you can basically choose from any number of fields. And I'm looking for type. And so we'll be able to get issue type. If it equals, and now I'm just going to do story. That's the most common one. And that's pretty much it. So from here, we're just going to hit save. And once I hit the save button, now I got to do the action. So now I want to send the notification. So this particular user wants a notification. Let me see if there's anything with respect to alerts. I don't think so. So the easiest way, this person didn't really specifically say how they wanted to be notified, but I'm just going to do an email. And so I'm just going to put, I don't know. I'll email somebody, maybe the reporter just for this, and then I'll put issue.key was just created, and then here is the issue dot summary. I'll put this like this, summary. All right, so this is basically the rule. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple things here for this particular user. So I'm actually going to take a screenshot, of my answer here, and I'm just going to provide it to the community. So that's one of the things is I'm trying to make sure that I'm providing some value here to my community, and I want to make sure that they see the answer, right? Because somebody did respond back with include field type equals whatever, and so I'm just going to add this one here. Hello at Dan. I did a simple rule here and wanted to share the my code for the automation rule. I wasn't sure what kind of issue type you were interested or what kind of notification notification, but here's what I did. And then I'm just gonna paste in my, man, I forget that on YouTube is okay. So I forget that when I'm doing the screenshot things, it doesn't really work. I need to actually save the screenshot to my computer and then bring it back in. So I'm gonna basically redo my screenshot here. I'll do a little bit bigger this time. I'll save this one, save to the desktop, and now I'm going to go back into the question and I'm going to attach the screenshot. All right, where is it at? Where is it at? Desktop. It helps if I go into the right place. Maybe go to recent screenshot. Here we go. And then let me know if this is what you were looking for. Insert and reply. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I just answered one of the questions. We're sorry, but we cannot expire token. Uh-oh. What happened here? Man, let me try this again. I'm gonna copy my text, cancel this, cancel and disregard. I'm gonna paste it again. This hello Dan didn't work out for me, so I'm just gonna go Dan, and then I'm just gonna reattach it here. Hopefully this time it works. Recents, open, insert, insert that. Okay, my text is at the bottom. I don't want it at the bottom. I want it at the top. Okay, answer. Why are you giving me a hard time? You know what? I'm going to refresh the whole page. That wasn't working for some reason. And so I'm just going to try to come back in. Answer accepted. Once they accept an answer, you can't answer anymore? Is that what the problem is? Insert. Answer. All right. Well, after it refreshed, it seemed to have worked. So anyways, on to the next question. So let's see what the next question is. We got approvers and Jira tickets. I'm a Jira noob, so I'm probably missing some basics. Just started working at a company, and their Jira tickets, when the approver selected, they receive the request, but when they try opening the ticket, they get a big lock picture saying they don't have the correct permissions. When approver selected, they receive the request, but when they try opening the ticket, they get a okay. We have used the permission checker tool. They seem to have the correct permissions, but they're still locked out of the ticket and can't approve. Is there a specific approver's permission I can add them to? Any other question is people, section, project settings. What does this show? Going there's 20 people out of approximately 90. Does this? Oh boy, this guy is totally new. Okay, so is there a way you can show screenshots of your permissions checker? Also, approver approvals are generally done on Jira core server through marketplace. I need to know. Yeah, to answer this question, the people. Wow, this is an interesting question here. Not sure how to answer this particular one. I thought it was going to be a little bit easier. I probably should have read these a little bit better before I jumped into it. But we are where we are. What is going on, man? This live stuff on TikTok has changed quite a bit since the last time I was on here. I don't remember it being like this. It's definitely a little bit different. Let's see. Can I see who's actually watching? That's an interesting question here. Not sure how to answer. 171 subscribers. All right. Okay, so I'm going to come back to this one just because this person doesn't have enough information. All right, we have Jira structure, calculate with variable. Good day. Have a challenge. I want to calculate a value in a Jira structure on 4 Jira fields based on the following. Field 1, 2, and 3 divided by budget equals calculating. The 2 number fields, field 1 and 2. Priority. Ooh, you cannot do that. Always present, so cannot be empty. Budget. Priority. Okay, priorities. I want to set that number. Oh, this is structure though. I don't. Jira structure formula. Huh. We already referred to this page. Okay, this person is clearly on a different thing than I'm used to, so I'm gonna skip this question here as well, especially since they're using a different plugin that I just don't have any experience using. I can't call myself much of an expert if I don't actually know what I'm talking about, huh? Anyways, we're going to go restrict backdated work log entries. Okay, so I was checking if anyone can help me out with the issue here. We want to restrict all backdated entries. Users who have not logged their hours for a particular day will not be able to log hours for the previous day. If this is available, can it be restricted at the project level? We manage multiple projects in Jira and want to know if this can be done on the account level or can be managed at the project level. Okay, so let's see. We got Fabio. Unfortunately, you can't do it using built-in capabilities. You can limit work log in a specific statuses through workflow properties, but not at the same time. It's just to track tempo timesheets. Work log. Okay, this is interesting. So I was checking. Okay, we want to restrict all backdated entries. Users who have not logged their hours for a particular day will not be able to log hours for previous days. Yeah, I don't think that that's possible. Let's see. You cannot. Hello. I'm going to put hello. You cannot restrict. Okay. Are we back up? I think we're back up. It looks like we're back up. Okay. I got the live button over here, but I'm checking the YouTube. Okay. So I definitely think we're back up. I'm back on YouTube. Okay, I got the live button over here. Okay, so I'm just going to close that one because I think I'm just killing myself with all these. I got the TikTok thing going on, and I got the YouTube thing going on, my internet, and the kids are all playing Fortnite. So I don't think this was designed for this level of sophistication here. So let's keep going here then. So this particular user is trying to restrict backdated entries. You can't do that. You can't restrict backdating work logs out of the box. If you use tempo timesheets, you can restrict based on the pay period, but anything is game as long as it's within the pay period itself. Additionally, you could restrict users from editing their hours after. Is doing an exclamation mark on a response a bad thing? I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so you can editing hours. So additionally, you can restrict users from editing their hours after they've submitted. Okay, so yeah, but restricting them the way you described isn't possible to the best of my knowledge. Knowledge is power. Let's see. There's the second part. Can this be restricted at the project level? Okay. With respect to the restrictions at the project level, I recommend you look at your permission scheme. There you'll see that there's a section for work log hours. And let me just provide a screenshot of that from my project. Hello, welcome to everybody that is on the live streams. If you have any questions about Jira, feel free to drop them in the comment section. I'm monitoring comments on YouTube and I'm monitoring comments on TikTok. Right now, I am just answering community questions. I'm just spending about an hour here just trying to answer some questions, try to help people out all over the internet. And I'm just going to kind of show them the section here on time tracking. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so I can get all these in one shot. And I'm going to do a screenshot here. Get them this information here. I'm going to save this to the desktop. All right, so back to my questions here. There you see there's a section for work log. Let's see, there was a section on the people part though. Oh no, this wasn't here. Okay, so let's just upload this. Oh, you know what I know what the problem is. I opened these questions up hours ago, and these pages must have expired on me because that's why I can't reply to them. I'm getting errors saying that a certificate expired, so hopefully this fixes the problem. I'm just going to refresh it before I actually submit my question. I'm going to show them that. Not sure if it's going to help, but this question was kind of hard to answer, but I did my best with that question. All right, so we have closed that down. Man, TikTok has changed quite a bit since the last time I was on here. Randomly, just like 100 people showed up and then they all just left. Are people still doing lives? Like, I remember how much I used to love doing the live streams. It just gave me such a good opportunity to like bond with the community. But then like my TikTok just grew a lot and then I neglected it for a very long time. But I'm back. And hopefully for the best. So how can I tell Jira how many tickets are completed in the same sprint they are brought into? I'm an engineering manager and I'm trying to debug a squad issue. We're seeing lots of tickets that are brought into a sprint that are then rolled over to the next sprint. I want to help the squad understand this, but also provide some metrics that they can use to improve the progress. Ideally, I'd like to see the report by assignee that shows how many tickets were in the sprint when it started, were completed the same sprint marked as done, against how many tickets have been completed in a different sprint. I'm not interested in specific sprints, just a timer so I can demonstrate that we're improving our ability to deliver. Oh, this is hard. So one of the answers was try this. This will get you the list of the issues that were part of the sprints that are closed, but not part of the open sprints. So sprint in, closed sprints, and a sprint in, okay. Or you can try, however, ideally the burn down chart. I would look to have I would like to have a look at this from my long years as an agile coach in Jira. I'm going to say, hello. I recommend you take a look at the burn down report. I just want to make sure that I'm talking about the right one. So in Jira, we have these reports, and these reports, when you plan out your sprints and you're doing your actual work, you'll see the burn down. And so you'll see the team, how many story points they added, how they trended over time, if they went up or if they went down. Ideally, they went down. And so you can see all this. But when you close your sprint, and so I'm just going to move these items here to done, and then I'm going to close my sprint. You get a sprint report. And what's cool about the sprint report, you get the burn down chart. That's what I want. So you don't want the sprint report. You want your burn down chart. and I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And so the burn down chart is going to give this guy what he's looking for, I believe. Okay, so let me see what I can do. Sprint burn down chart report. It might not do exactly what you are asking for, but it will tell you what happened during your sprint with timestamps. And so it'll show you burn down. Okay. For every item that was completed, it will say burn down. For items that were introduced to the sprint, it will say scope change. Oh boy, I don't think I saved it. Now I gotta retake it. I hate Apple sometimes. So here's a screenshot. I'm gonna send it to this guy. Save to the desktop. Now I'm gonna come back over here and I'm going to answer this question. Ah, no, I forgot to put the upload. Can I edit my answer? Can I edit? Edit, yes. I want to edit with my picture. Went through all that trouble to take the picture. Insert. Publish. Okay, so I answered that question. While we transition, I just want to take a second to see if there's any lives are still going. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. My amount of time that I spent on TikTok, just to kind of update you, since a couple of you may be interested in this, is I pretty much work from 5 a.m. until what appears to be like 5 p.m. So it's 12 hours, and I'm literally just in this tool like all day long, just helping companies all over the world with their Jira problems. Now I charge a decent amount of money to do this now, so this is kind of fun. I do this like for fun, really, because I love this tool so much, and so it's been kind of cool. I've been learning a lot, and so for those of you that were like on TikTok that have been watching me from a long time ago, yeah, I've definitely have come quite a long way. I definitely kind of miss. I do miss like my last summer. I think that was when I was still kind of trying to figure life out. But ever since I think around June, July timeframe, like things just started taking off. A lot of changes have happened with respect to what I do here, and I've been taking a backseat approach, mainly because I've been having a hard time trying to figure out how do I present this technical content. And as you can see, even with this live, I'm struggling because you're only seeing me, right? And so one of my goals is to essentially figure out how to I think what I can do is I think I can switch this camera around. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I might switch the camera around and get it to the point where you can see the screen or something like that. I don't know. I'm still working through some details. If you got any ideas, I'd be more than happy to see what you have to say here. But yeah, I am trying to make sure that it's different audiences, it's different styles of videos. The lives here are just me kind of just answering questions and having some fun. Have you started Discord? I have not started the Discord, but that is something that has been on my to-do list. I am very not popular, but I'm very I utilize Facebook groups quite a bit. I am getting ready. So one of the things that I'm developing right now is I'm developing these expensive $1,000 level courses, and so as part of those courses, I want to leverage Discord because I am teaching a class right now, with respect to Jira, and they use WhatsApp, and I think it's really clunky, and something like Discord would be a billion times better. And so I'm definitely going to be creating a Discord there. I'm also thinking of creating my own Facebook group that I can control a little bit more. Although I am a moderator on one of the biggest Jira-based Facebook groups right now. But again, it's just I need more time. I need to kind of prioritize the content creation part. And so I'm working on a bunch of different things. I have a whole plan for like basically the whole year. But yeah, Discord is going to be one of the things. So what's Jira? Glad you asked. Jira is an agile project management tool. So if you've ever worked in like project management, or if you've ever had to like deliver something, there's usually like statuses, and people usually use like emails or Excel sheets to track like statuses of what everybody's working on. And so Jira is like a really popular tool. It's like super cheap. It's like $7 a person, and so many companies all around the world use it. And I am a Jira administrator, so what that means is I go and help companies like configure their Jiras and get them working for people. So it's kind of fun. Charge a good amount of money for it, but now I'm kind of trying to switch out of doing the work, like actually doing the configurations, and more into teaching of it. So I have a YouTube channel that I've started this is really why I haven't been on TikTok these last few months. Is I've been really, since like the first December 3rd, so 3 months now, I've been trying to grow and scale that YouTube. So if you go look on YouTube, Ape Tech Tutorials, you'll be able to find my channel on there. I appreciate a subscribe if you want to. Drop a like. But I got videos on describing Jira, and I'm going to be taking a lot of that content from those videos. I'm going to be bringing it here to TikTok. So stay tuned, because we've got a lot of fun stuff coming this way. So let's see. We're going to go answer one more question. I've been doing this for... man, I wish if people would tell me how long I've been streaming for. I know it was going for like 20 minutes before my thing lagged on me. So it looks like I'm at like about 40 minutes here. So let's answer a couple more questions, and then we're going to call it here at around 15 after 6 p.m. Pacific time. So is there a best practice for identifying an issue that originated from another team's board? I understand we're able to link or relate issues when we're using components to further identify the functionality aspect of an issue. I like to be able to pull all metrics of an issue when it originated from another team board. The heck is this? Boards are only a setting of how you view issues, not really the entity that is connected to issues. That said, issues are not created in boards, but in backlogs. Backlog is a board. For example, I could have 4 different boards pointing to project XYZ. No matter which board I look at and click create issue, it's always created in project XYZ. Hope I got your requirement right. So let's see what this guy's saying here. There are best practice for identifying an issue that originated from another team's board. Okay. First I gotta refresh the page, because apparently me being able to answer questions here is not good. So let's see. I've refreshed it, and I think the answer here that I got is... I'm just gonna go, hello. As Stefan mentioned, issues aren't created in boards. They are created in Jira projects. And then boards have filters that determine which type of issues are displayed. With that said, you should be able to fairly... Ooh, I can't spell fairly. Easily... I can't spell easily either. You should be able to fairly easily determine if an issue is from a different project, because... I can't spell because. It will have a different key. Also, if you guys don't have a mechanical keyboard, highly recommend it. I know it clacks a lot, but it's my favorite. I love mechanical keyboards. Atex, I do not like the Apple all the time. You can go live with your PC on TikTok using OBS. I don't think you can yet. I know last year when I was looking into this around August timeframe, I was trying to see if you could use OBS to stream to TikTok, but I don't think it's there yet. I am going to look at, there's a tool called Restream, I believe, That allows you to just be in like one source, but stream to multiple areas. I don't know if they folded in TikTok yet, but it's one of the things I'm going to be looking for. We'll see. Other than that, with that said, you should be able to fairly easily determine. Okay, so other than that, you are going to have a hard time knowing which board displays which issue unless you go and actually look at the filter having that board. Hope this helps. Alright, I'm just going to hit answer on this one. This one wasn't a very good one, but some people asked some very interesting questions, and this was one of those interesting questions. Alright, let's go. We're going to go for a couple more. Why the Epic start date always change to today? Every time when I change the start date, it will automatically be updated to today. Ooh, I know this one. I know this one. Hello. Do you have BigPicture installed? I recommend you check out the history of your Epic and see what is changing it back. If it's an automation rule from Jira, it will say, oh, what will it say? What will it say? It will say automation, Jira Automation, I believe. What's it gonna say? So I do not have one of these. I don't have one of these with an automation rule. Oh boy. Come on, I gotta have one with an automation rule. Dang it. And I didn't publish my other one. Alright, whatever. I'm fine. I'm cool. I don't need to. I just need to... automation for Jira. Okay, so it'll say automation for Jira. Dang it. And I also forgot to refresh the page. So let me grab my ticket here. Grab my answers. I understand from pursuing a career, you're in constant state of learning. Yes, that is true. Always learning. How is your career in IT going? Have you focused? Are you still doing cybersecurity, or have you pivoted? What influenced you to the pursuit of continuing learning? You know what? That is a really good question. I recommend you read the Growth Mindset book, and realistically, what I've learned is that you always gotta be hungry. You always gotta be hungry for knowledge, and IT is one of those fields where if you're all the right kind of hungry, you're gonna have a huge career ahead of you, because technology is always changing. So unlike the history books where it's not rewritten, right? Technology is gonna be that one field where you can always assure that it's always gonna be changing. Now, the influence is relevancy, pay, and career. Because unlike other fields, like when you become a professor and you become tenured, you don't have to keep up with the current events, right? Because you can just stay stagnant and life is okay. But in IT, you become irrelevant very quickly. So that's one of my main drivers of, I want to constantly be getting better. I know that Jira, the stuff that I'm focusing on right now, is not always going to be the thing. So I'm always keeping an eye out for what new technology is coming down the pike here, because you always got to be staying sharp, because the more notches you have on your belt, the more useful you'll be in your community and in your specific career area. So yeah, I highly recommend you always be learning. Be very curious. IT is one of those areas where you can be very curious, and you can go on Twitter, you can go on like social medias, you can follow these channels, these influencers, these content creators, and you can always be learning a lot of things. So yeah, highly recommend you keep learning. So I am looking for automation for Jira. Oops. Made a change. If you do indeed have BigPicture installed, you'll notice that it says sorry, what's the book? Growth Mindset. It's by Carol. Oh boy, where do I have it? Carol Dweck. I decided to dive into IT. I've been watching YouTube videos, no studying quite yet. So one of the things I want to warn you is, I love YouTube, right? Obviously, I have my own YouTube channel and I'm teaching IT. One of the things I want to caution you is make sure you don't fall into tutorial hell. That means you gotta, for every bit of content you're consuming, you gotta go and practice it, because it's not just like I'm not getting good at Jira by just reading about Jira. I am really, really good at Jira because I use it for 12 hours a day. So you gotta go and actually implement the things you're learning if you want to be the most effective. Otherwise, you're gonna be in this constantly just learning with no end in sight. And you can't make a career, and learning isn't going to pay you. Teaching people what you're learning will pay you, which is kind of like what I'm doing. But the proof is going to be in the pudding and the brass taxes. You gotta roll up your sleeves and actually do the work. All right, so you'll notice that it says big picture. Feel free to post a screenshot and I can help further debug with you. Do you have BigPicture? I recommend you check the history of your epic and see what's changing it back. If it's an automation rule from Jira, we'll say automation made the change. If you do it, it'll know. Okay. My answer is not the best, but I think it's effective. Let's see. 607. We got time for one more question. So I'm going to be taking on one more question here in Jira. We got permission scheme. Let's see. Permission scheme view only. I would like. I would like to create a group of user to view only. What configuration need to be created in the permission scheme? Yep. You need to associate the group to the browse project permission. You can also make the share group or the browse project permission. I'm just gonna vote for these because these are really good answers. Yep. I'm gonna say agree with first two answers. Just make sure that the create, edit, etc. do not have any logged in user on the right side. Otherwise, the permission will not have the same effect. All right. Ah, dang. I forgot that okay, so lesson learned. I'm blaming this on my wife. I tried to do this one earlier and she was like, have the questions ready for you so you're not hunting for them during the live stream. So I went and got proactive, and then I came over here, and then it doesn't like that I opened them up like 2 hours ago. So whatever. It takes it after I refresh, so we're good there. Okay. So we got use a symbol disabled. Following last week's update, I can no longer bring up a list of users via the @ symbol. Given the size of the team, this is making building issues and tagging people very hard. No change to our environment. Is this Jira server? Jira Cloud. Jira Cloud doesn't have this update. No change to our environment, but did this break after last week's update? Restarting. Okay, so I know what this is going to do. I know why this is caused, but I'm not sure why it would happen to this particular person. So I'm going to skip this one. Jira Dependencies Report. I'm trying to create a report. Oh, let me refresh. If I don't refresh at the beginning, I just end up in trouble. Hello, welcome. I'm talking Jira. If you're interested, drop any questions, and if not, then welcome to the live stream here. We're just talking Jira, and if you're new to Jira, you hit that follow button because I am going to be creating a ton of content here. If I had to guesstimate how much content I have here ready for TikTok, I got 23 videos on the subject, averaging a total of, I don't know, 10 minutes times 20, so that's 200 minutes worth of videos. TikTok's a 3-minute format, so 200 divided by 3. So I got 66 videos ready to go, and that's not including the do you do freelancing for IT? I do. And so the biggest way that I use to get clients is Fiverr and Upwork. Those were the two first platforms that I joined. Right now, most of my clients still come. I've been doing freelancing for almost a year. It would have been a year in March. And so Fiverr, highly recommend you create a good profile. Don't worry about putting like that $5 stuff. Charge what you feel is appropriate for your specific niche. I started off at like $50. Yeah, so if you want to do Azure and AWS, I recommend you go check out, what's his name? Adam. Check out Adam Elmore on Twitter for AWS. He has an IT business where he basically just does AWS consultations. And I think the last time I checked, this guy makes about $250,000 every couple months. So there's a huge demand for AWS, specific like people that are interested in AWS. So if you're interested in that, recommend you check out Adam Elmore. And then if you're on the Azure side, you want to check out, what's his name? Mike Pfeiffer. Oh, I don't know. Here we go. Mike Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer. This guy is a genius in the world of Azure. And what's the name again? Adam Elmore is for AWS, and Mike Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer, for Azure. Those two guys are really, really good. They have a lot of good content. They have a podcast. They have a bunch of stuff that they're always sharing knowledge in those two domains. So highly recommend you check them out. Also, I got a buddy over on Twitter. His name is Johnny Chips. Johnny Chips. Where you at? John Lunn. He goes by @JohnnyChips with a Z, and he's got a bunch of Azure content as well. So if you're interested in learning Azure, highly recommend you go check out Johnny Chips. I know he's got a TikTok, but I don't think he's very active here on TikTok with respect to Azure content. But I know that on YouTube, he's got a lot of good content over there. So recommend you go check him out over there. You will learn a lot. But yeah, it's very lucrative. I think just to give you some numbers to kind of share, right? So I started off at like $50 an hour, and it went well. I found a few. I think my very first client paid me like $44 USD, and so it wasn't a lot. I used to make, before I had quit my job, I was making like $65 an hour, and so I took quite a bit of a hit there, but it definitely worked out. Since then, I've been able to significantly improve my rates. But I only specialize in one thing now, and so highly recommend you at least get started. Start with some small clients. If you look on Upwork or on Fiverr, there's always people looking, specifically when it comes to AWS. One thing I will notify or want to make you aware is, if you are on AWS and you go and get the first certification, which is, from what I'm told, not that challenging, because it's a very general basic IT type of certification. And so as long as you go get that one, you then get access to AWS's, what do they call it? Basically, Amazon has like their own Fiverr, if you will, where people that buy AWS from Amazon, they go and post, hey, I need help, or I need a consultant. But it's exclusive to only people that are certified. And so if you go get that first certification, you can go in there, and then you can go and see who needs help. And then Amazon just bills directly, and you get your cut. So it's kind of cool. I don't have any of those certifications, so I don't qualify for any of that stuff. But I've yielded great success with just Fiverr and Upwork, to the point where like I don't even have time for clients anymore. So I'm kind of just dedicated on a couple things now, and YouTube is one of them, and then working on some other big ticket items here is my other focus. But I would say go and do it because there is no shortage of work. That's all I can tell you. All right, so it's 6:15. I want to just wrap this stuff up here. We are going to answer this last question here of, I'm trying to create a report in Jira that lists all the dependencies between all my stories in my Jira Teams project. Ideally, I would like to see a timeline, the original story, and then related dependent story. Okay. Did I hit refresh? Okay. Let me see. Hello. Are you using advanced roadmaps? There is a feature in advanced roadmaps, part of premium subscription, that should do something similar to. Alright, so I'm just gonna hit, do I have any dependencies in my plans? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. But I do. So I'm going to save that one, and I'm going to reply to this guy. This is what it looks like. And then I'm going to upload. All right, so I think that's it. I've been doing this for about an hour now, and I am tired, and I've had a very long day. So we're just going to wrap this up here. I'm just going to upload this last picture. Thank you to everybody that has tuned in, whether you are on YouTube or on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, please go check me out at Tech Tutorials on YouTube. Would highly appreciate a subscribe over there. Got a ton of videos. I've been making, again, a lot of videos the last 3 months. So I know I've been quiet here on TikTok. All that stuff's coming over here. For all of you on YouTube, thank you very much. If you're on the replay, let me know in the comment section. If I got to your answer, let me know if it helped you. If not, then if you have any questions that you would like for me to help answer or want me to make a video on, let me know, and I will do that as well. So I am going to sign off. So thank you very much. I'll log off of YouTube first.